So, welcome to this session of engineering ethics students. In this session, we are going to discuss about accountability obligation. In the previous session, we discussed responsibility and social responsibility. In the next session, it's about theories of right action, ethical theories, and approaches, students. So, I already told you we are on the verge of completing the syllabus of unit number 2, and this is the last but one session. So thank you for the session. Again we'll go into the session. So in the previous session we discussed about social responsibility in the format of corporate social responsibility, CSR, and here is a slide that shows you just a little bit extension of that and know the detail behind that. It connects resources, sincerity, long term responsibility, sustainability, goals, market, and ethics. These are all in taken, and these are all the parts of CSR. So if a company is going to do a business, it's about all these interactions. So next we also have seen this table. It has another two dimensions. For example, if you take the first case, a stray cattle on the rail track caused the derailment of good train. The responsibility will be, although the cattle is the cause, the owner of the cattle is morally responsible. It's the first approach. Then for letting the cattle to go astray on the railway track, that is trespassing, the owner is legally responsible. So now we have another thing. Seth was driving a car. He failed to stop to the red signal, which caused an accident. Suppose he applies brakes, but they failed. These are the two important things in the event. And the responsibility is Seth is usually casually responsible. Seth has been negligent of maintenance of the brakes. These are all the things taken to understand this responsibility. And we go to accountability. That is for this session. Accountability, by its term, you can understand it's a capacity to understand and act on moral reasons. Then willingness to submit one's action to moral scrutiny and be responsive to the assessment of others. So it means you make yourself to scrutiny for your own action. So it includes being answerable for meeting specific obligation, that is liable to justify or give reasonable excuses the decision, actions, or means and outcomes when required by the stakeholders or by law. So these things are taken to understand this accountability. The same manner, if you go to another content called conscientiousness, it means, see, it is related to accountability. It means being sensitive to full range of moral values and responsibilities, the willingness to upgrade their skills, put efforts, and reach the best balance possible among those considerations. So it is called conscientiousness. So it is important in understanding this accountability. Then we'll have this blameworthy and priceworthy discussed in the last session itself. We'll just recall that it's about own the responsibility for good or wrong outcome. So courage to accept the mistakes will ensure success in the efforts in the future. So this is also been taken to understand this accountability. And we'll have this obligation. It's a parallel word with accountability, which means the safety and the other obligation of a professional engineers are justified based on the following aspects. There are three aspects taken to understand this. One is moral obligation through laws and enforced codes of conduct. Next is contractual agreement with the employers, by entry into the career as an engineer upon upgradation from engineering institution. And we will also have another two important factors taken to understand this, that is through membership of professional society, by special employment agreement or agreement with professional societies. So these are the things taken to understand this term called obligation. So obligation is also an important terminology with in connection to accountability. So students, we are now learning what I can say, terms by terms. So each and every term we are trying to understand and trying to connect with the ethics. So if so, we'll go and attain what actually we are for. So this is engineering ethics session 6. Thank you.